is Renaissance Marie, and welcome back to another episode of French Friday. Period. I am so proud of myself. I've actually been uploading regularly. I'm continuing a series like I said I was going to. This is actually going to be a two-part video, so the next part will come next week. Today we're going to be talking about the 4 most popular verbs in French. Today I'm only going to be talking about 2 since this is a 2-part video. Today, based off of the title maybe, I don't know, I'm going to put it in. But today we're going to be talking about être and avoir. I'm going to go back up to our handy dandy whiteboard here that we have, and I'm going to teach you some things about the 2 most, literally when I say 2 of the most popular verbs in French, like they are used all the time. So we're just going to get into it. So the first verb that we're going to be talking about in today's video is the verb être, which is to be, and it is spelled E, accent circumflex, T, R, E, and it is to be. So this is just how you describe people, how you tell them what your job is, like just things just. Now that we've seen être in the present tense with all of the pronouns, one thing that also être is really popular for is that it is one of 2 verbs that can be used in compound tenses for compound past tenses. So, for example, I entered. Let's say I entered, or no, I went. If I want to say I went, which is in English, went is just one past tense, it's one word, I went, one verb in the past tense. In French, it is 2 verbs. You have your auxiliary verb and you have your past participle. So I went in French would use the passé composé, and it would be je suis allé. And so you'll notice that there's the extra E here. That is to show agreement with je, since I use feminine pronouns and I also use feminine adjectives in French. Whenever you use être, you have to make sure that what follows it agrees with the gender of what it is. So if I wanted to say he went, then it would be il est allé. No extra E because this shows that it's masculine, and il is the masculine pronoun. And let's say I wanted to say they went and it was mixed, it'd be ils sont. Nope. I am messing up each time that I have to do this on one thing or another. Ils sont allés. It's all girls. Elles sont allées. So the E shows the femininity of the L, and the S matches the plurality. So these both mean they went, but they both give you different information depending on who went. Back it all up. Okay, so we have learned être in the present tense. We have seen that when you use être and you have a past participle, you always have to show agreement with that past participle when être is the auxiliary verb. Now, I don't know if y'all remember, but previously I said that être is one of 2 verbs that you could have as the auxiliary verb when you are putting it in a compound tense. And so it's like, when do you use them? So être is kind of funny. It's kind of funny, but it's kind of not at the same time. So you only use être as an auxiliary verb for 17 verbs. And those verbs are, I'll probably end up putting it on the screen, but I'm gonna write them out anyway because why not? It's fun. This is fun for me, believe it or not. Passé, can take either être or avoir depending on how you're using it. So if you use passé, du temps, then it is like to pass time, to visit someone, and that's going to take avoir. If you're using passé as to pass by something, as you're moving, passé, then that's going to use être. And so all of these is the reason that was bad. The reason we use être is that they're all motions or changes of states, changes of physical being. I guess mourir and naître is going from like being alive to not being alive. These are all the verbs that take être in compound tenses, but most commonly the passé composé. You use it all the time. That's the T. So that's it on être. Now we're going to move on to avoir. So I'm going to erase all this and I'll be back with avoir. So avoir means to have. And this is another very, very popular French verb. Not because they have a lot of things or they say that they have a lot of things, but it is used for expressions and it is the most popular auxiliary verb for the passé composé or any compound tenses in French. Like 99% of the time, except for the 17 verbs I showed you, you're going to use avoir for the auxiliary verb, which makes it like visible all the time. So for je, it is j'ai, because if you remember in French Friday episode number 1, you are not allowed to have some vowels next to each other. And so since je ends in an e and a begins in an a, then it's j'ai, and that means I have. And we have tu, a. These two vowels can stay next to each other. Don't ask me why, because I don't know, but it is tu, a. Again, a lot of French people just write da. You have, you, I guess would be the French equivalent. It'd be like that, but it's tu, a. You can write the u and the a together. Then you have son. When you just have one S and followed by a vowel, it's going to make a Z sound. So it's elles ont, elles sont. And that's how you're going to be able to hear the difference between they have and they are in French, because sometimes it's hard. There's no extra E, no short form of agreement. It'd be the same with masculine, il a été. We both have the same past participle because we're using avoir as the auxiliary verb and you do not need to show agreement. The only time that you show agreement if you have avoir is if you're putting something that is feminine in front of the auxiliary verb. So let's say I wrote the letter. So j'ai écrit la lettre. Yeah. So I wrote the letter. Now, if I wanted to say I wrote it, I would say je l'ai écrite. Yeah. Yeah. I am like 99% sure, because if it would be masculine, then you wouldn't have the E. I think the E shows that the thing that I wrote is feminine. Even though you have avoir, it's still l'ai écrite. And you have to, because this is j'ai écrit la lettre. No T sound. But since I'm putting this now in front, it's je l'ai écrite. I swear, I really think that's the rule. Because I don't, yeah. Because the T is that you have to show agreement even though you're using avoir. And so I'm almost so sure that that is the rule. And that wasn't even in my notes. I remember that all on my own. Ugh. You know, 6 years of French may be worth it. I may have learned something. Okay. I'm a French major, actually. Nice to meet you. What really hits hard for avoir is what is called the avoir expressions. I do not know what they are called in French. My guess would be expression d'avoir, but I do not know because I learned French in English. I learned avoir expressions in English, but I use them in French, so don't know what they're actually called. I'm gonna write all these and then I'm gonna tell you what they mean or what they translate to afterwards. I'm gonna speed this up real quick. So you have avoir, number, and this is how to say how old you are. So I have this number of years is what this translates to. And you have, and then of course you are going to conjugate avoir for whatever pronoun you have. So you have avoir besoin de, and that means to need to do something or to need something. So j'ai besoin de faire mes devoirs. I need to do my homework. J'ai besoin de verre de l'eau. I need a glass of water. Avoir chaud is to be hot. Avoir froid is to be cold. Avoir raison is, or avoir raison. That's fine. Again, this video is not for pronunciation. This is for information. Avoir raison is to be right. Avoir tort is to be wrong. Avoir faim is to be hungry. Avoir soif is to be thirsty. Avoir sommeil is to be sleepy. Avoir envie is to want something, to have wanting, to have desire of something. Avoir l'air de is to seem like, to appear like, to have the appearance, the being of. And avoir la chance is to be lucky. So if you notice, a lot of these translated in to be. In English, we just happen to use to be to describe these things, and in French they use avoir, to have, as to describe these states of being. It's just a change in language, change of culture, change in philosophy and perspective. So yeah, that's really all that I had. So that is it for this video. Again, this is part 1 of my big 4 French video series, 2-part thing that I'm making. I don't know. This is all gonna be part of the French Friday series, but this is just part 1 of 2 of my big French 4 verb videos that I want to make. I, again, really love talking about French. I do this for my own amusement. I was actually really looking forward to filming this video. I had so much fun filming it. I bet I'm gonna have fun editing and posting it. I don't know what it is that has been different for me than all the other times that I've made French videos. They just make me so happy to make. I hope you guys liked it. I hope you guys are enjoying the series because more of it will be coming out. Last week I posted a vlog, so I hope that shows that I'm not just going to be doing French Fridays, but that French Fridays probably will make up the majority of my content. That vlog that I made was out of the norm of my everyday schedule, so videos like that probably are going to be happening a whole lot, but I will make some non-French videos from time to time. But like I said, I do this for fun, I do this for me because I enjoy them so much. So I hope you guys are liking it. I hope you guys are kind of learning something, but if you're not learning, I hope you're at least entertained with the videos as much as I am. And so with that, I hope you guys had a great time. Please feel free to watch any of my other videos, and I'll see you guys later. Bye, ciao, mwah.